Hey Pyros, so this is the first big YouTube video I've made, and this video is going to be all about these $12.99 fountains from Phantom Fireworks. I want to apologize firsthand. I haven't recorded anything with this microphone, this pair of headphones in a very long time, so if I accidentally ear rape you, just be warned beforehand. It might get pretty bad. I'm still figuring this out. So, this was the first video idea I actually had, and I did this because I know a lot of people are working with budgets, and then that's me included. This year, for example, I have $300. One thing I've always found with budgeting is that you always need to pick a side. The question is, do I get some great fireworks, but do I only get a few things to light? Or do I try and maximize quality just to get a lot of things to light? And my opinion is that you need to try and entertain both of these scenarios as best as you can. Now, one of the first things I noted in this year's Phantom catalog was that there were only 5 $12.99 fountains. So, which one of these will provide you the best bang for your buck? I know a lot of people have probably been looking at these, so we're going ahead and talk about these. And spoiler alert, how this is going to pan out is that 2 of these are kind of okay, 1 of them is and 2 are pretty bad. I know these 5 fireworks pretty well. I believe the only one I've never had is probably that treasure fountain. So what this video is going to intend to do is to do your research for you. I'm going to show you all 5 of my fountains and then provide my opinions on each, and at the end I'm going to rank them based on my opinions. So to start, here's some images in the catalog of where you can find these. This is where in the catalog, it's on the page with the 500 grammers. This is the page for Iron Master. Specifically, this is in the Phantom Hero series, and I know there's not a lot of fountains that people like out of the Hero series, but we're going to talk about this one, and that's where you can find this one in the catalog if you need to point it out to somebody in the stand, tell somebody what it looks like. And here's where the other 4 fountains are. They're all in the under $13 next to your Whistling Phantoms, your tanks, your ground blooms, your sparklers. These are the Dragon Slayer, Treasure, Uproar, and the Sparkles of Pride. So this is where you can find those ones in the catalog. And this is going to be the tier chart that I'm going to use to rank all these. You can see we have Iron Master, Sparkles of Pride, Phantom Treasure, Dragon Slayer, and Uproar. And yeah, let's go ahead and do this because I'm going to go ahead and get started with Uproar. So here's the Uproar fountain. This is a 2-tube fountain that it starts with some small stars, and I think after this tube it's going to go to like a sort of crackle. The big problem with this fountain is its duration. It only lasts about 22 seconds, and those 22 seconds, I mean, look at this crackle. This is a pretty weak crackle overall. I've never dissected one, but I'd be willing to bet that the tubes do not even go... I'd be willing to bet that the tubes do not even go all the way into that cardboard. It's... You know what I mean? It's... for $13, that's a no. A good substitute for this would actually be to just go buy 2 moon dances. Those are $5.99 each, and actually you'd save $1 because at $5.99 times 2 is $11.98, so you'd save $1. Let's go ahead and move on. So this is the Iron Master fountain. This one is an improvement over the Uproar, as it actually has 3 tubes in it. But, I'm not going to say it does anything spectacular, but it's a huge improvement over the Uproar. I actually had this fountain last year, and I found it rather enjoyable. This demo right here, after this crackle, it has an ending crackle. That whistle's not in Iron Master. This crackle right here is actually pretty nice, in my opinion. It's a little short. It's not an elite fountain, but this is one that's worth considering. I certainly had a lot of fun. I'm not going to say I had a lot of fun. That's a gaffe. I had fun with it, and you know, it's not bad actually. Next, we're going to look at the Phantom Sparkles of Pride. This is the Sparkles of Pride.
Look, Ari!
This you could always hear Rando talking in the back of his videos, but this was the best. This was the only really good demo of this I could find. One thing I like about this fountain is you see it's got this little willow with these stars that are flying out. That's actually a really nice effect. I've had this one in person.
Oh, there we go.
And then it goes into this little crackle. That beginning too was a very nice golden and orange color. And then this crackle is pretty similar to the Uproar. It looks like it might be going a little higher, but that might just be like the composition in it. I have had this fountain, I think, twice, but I haven't gotten it super recently. The last time I think I had it was in 2019. It's an alright fountain. Is your money spent better elsewhere? Probably. But, you know, if you love that beginning effect, which I really do actually like that effect on it, it's a pretty good fountain. Continuing on, we're going to look at the Phantom Dragon Slayer. So, this is the Dragon Slayer. Hardly a bad fountain. This is actually a lot of people, I think a lot of people would say this is their favorite of the $12.99 patch. Because it actually has a halfway decent duration. You can see it actually has a couple tubes going off right there. As a warning though, this fountain has dudded on me twice. It's prone to dudding. In 2019, I had one completely fail to ignite, and then last year I had a tube in it that's a very nice crackle, by the way. Very nice crackle in person. Back to what I was saying about the dudding. A tube was not secured during the manufacturing process, and thus it failed to ignite. It's possible that I've just had bad luck with it, but I do want to give my honest opinions on all of these, and my honest opinion is that having this dud twice does affect my opinion on it, because it tells me that the factory that's making these Dragon Slayers is not making a very quality product. When it performs correctly, this is hardly a bad fountain. Like I said, it is the longest lasting of the fountains in this video, and that crackle at the end is loud, but it's a little sporadic, if you could see. You saw that. This isn't bad, but as we're finding with pretty much all of these, it's not absolutely outstanding, but none of these, I mean, for $12.99 in 2023, you're not going to get an outstanding firework. That's just not how things work anymore. But I'm basically doing this because if you want some variety in your show, and you have a budget, you'd probably be looking at these. Lastly, we're going to be looking at the Phantom Treasure Fountain. So this is a minimal noise fountain, a low noise fountain. This doesn't have any crackles or any whistle. And it would be a good addition to your show, especially if you're in an area with like lots of pets or kids that are very sensitive to the noise. But that's where my praise for it ends. Compared to the rest of Phantom, it's great, albeit kind of expensive line of low noise fountains. This one does nothing. It's over. What did it do? There's nothing on this fountain that would make it stand out from the other low noise fountains. It doesn't have the beautiful fish effect from Flaring Stars. It doesn't have the globules from Wed, White, and Blue Jubilee or the Flower Pot. Because of the fact that nothing on this stands out, it doesn't even have anything good about it. This is by far my least recommended item. I think you can tell where I'm going to put this. It's going to wind up in the awful category. So, what did we learn here? They don't really have any great winners in this $13 fountain category. $12.99, whatever. I can't say any are absolute recommends, but if you are on a budget and you have to get one, here's how I would rank them. So, if I had to choose one, I'm going to put Iron Master at the top. This is hard. Excuse the little blue things. I'm actually using Google Slides for this. I'm still working on how to best make these. This is hardly a bad fountain. The ending crackle on this is actually really good. I'm impressed with it, to be totally honest with you. I mean, I say impressed loosely because none of these are overly impressive, but when you compare them to these two here on the left of the unranked side, Iron Master's pretty good compared to those. So yeah, that's my number one pick for this category. My second pick is going to be this Dragon Slayer. Again, Google Slides. When this performs well, when this performs right, in my opinion, Iron Master and Dragon Slayer are pretty interchangeable. But I've never had an Iron Master done on me, and I've had a Dragon Slayer done on me twice. You know, Phantom claims duds are rare, but like, I mean, in fact, I read a Phantom post that said duds were 1 in a billion, and considering I've had this dud on me twice, I think I ought to go buy a lottery ticket, maybe get some more fireworks for next year. Has a great crackle at the end, but in my experience, it's not well built. So that's my take on it. You know, buy at your own risk. Next up, we're gonna rank the Sparkles of Pride. I'm gonna put this one in the mid category. It has some good things about it. It has, but it's not great. That beginning effect with the gold in it and the little stars flying out of it. That's really pretty. I've bought this fountain before. I've actually been, I was impressed with that effect on it. But is your money probably better spent getting an Iron Master or Dragon Slayer? I think so. Is your money better spent probably getting 2 Moon Dances or a Moon Dance and a Killer Bee? Probably. But, when you're on a budget and you're looking for cheap stuff and some variety, this isn't a bad pick. It's just not a great pick. And that brings us to our next category, which is the not great category. Okay, so for the not great, we're going to put the Uproar fountain into it. Probably no surprise. It doesn't do much. The only reason I'm putting this out of awful is because of the crackle. I can't say it's horrible. I mean, you can enjoy it. There's something in it. There's something in every firework that you can enjoy, I'm sure. Except, like, maybe lightning flashes. But, I mean, people buy those. Yeah, that's why I put that one in the not great category. Lastly, as probably no surprise, we're putting this piece of trash in the awful category. Really, I know I'm dogging on it kind of for being a low noise item, but I'm not dogging on it because I hate low noise items. I mean, I actually am planning, one of my video ideas is actually going to be to make a video about why low noise fountains are so great. I actually love low noise fountains, but this one has nothing to set it apart. There's nothing that great that this thing does. It's just 2 tubes of kind of just, junk, to put it flatly. And for that, it earns an awful. So, to sum it up, Phantom Fireworks has some great single items. But I can't say that these are great. If you're on a budget, though, I know you've been looking at these, especially if you have, like, $100. If you have 100, I'm sorry to say this, but I kind of feel bad for you this year. 100, 200, 300. I have like 315 somewhere in there, and I didn't look at these this year. I'm not going to buy any of these. But last year, I bought an Iron Master, and I bought a Dragon Slayer. Iron Master was good, Dragon Slayer dudded on me, so I didn't get the full experience. But if you're on a budget and you want to get one of these, at least get the one you're happy with. I understand that these 3 at the top those 3 at the top are by far the ones that I would say are good. You know, I think Iron Master and Dragon Slayer are the real winners of this bunch. And then Sparkles of Pride is a kind of one. But if you really like that effect, which I do, that might be one that you want. So, until next time, peace out.